We're late, but we're back to finish making our kombucha. So I know I said 10 days it would be fermenting. It's actually been fermenting for 11, 12, 13 days, but that's fine. Everything's healthy and we're ready to go. So I will explain to you what we have here. I am wearing a stained shirt because it's gonna get messy. We have some bottles that have like a tight seal, small neck, very different from these jars that we're gonna be doing our second fermentation in. We have our SCOBY Hotel, and then our brand new beautiful batch of kombucha with a new SCOBY on top. We have a food processor here, a blender will also work, strainer with a rubber spatula, a funnel with a little like filter insert, and then a whole bunch of fruit. I forgot to get my berries, but we have watermelon that came from my garden. We have kiwis, lemons, ginger that came from the store, strawberries and blueberries that came from the store, and then blueberry juice. This just helps punch up the flavors a little bit. So this is a really good addition. You can put blueberry juice in pretty much like any flavor and it's gonna punch it up. So how we're gonna do this is basically I'm just going to start by prepping all of my different little flavor combos. We'll move the SCOBYs back into the SCOBY Hotel and then we'll start filling our jars. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so real quick, the rest of the video, the audio got a little weird, so I'm really sorry about that. I do try to minimize the talking and just show you what I'm doing, but just remember that this next fermentation is gonna take 3 to 5 days once you're done with all these steps. Okay, so we have stuff prepped. We're doing 3 flavor combinations, and usually when my husband's around, he's like, oh, let's just do one like big batch of the same flavor so we're not buying all this fruit. But he's not here, so I get to do what I want, and I'm making, John was playing, I'm making a strawberry kiwi, a watermelon kiwi, and of course, the old reliable blueberry lemon ginger. Fun thing about doing a bunch of flavors is even if you don't use all of your puree in whatever it is that you're making, you still have like a smoothie or something to put on top of your yogurt or something to mix up with some ice cream. So it's really no big deal. That's like a lot of puree, and I'll just give you the spoiler alert now, we're not going to need that much. You can also freeze the puree that you have extra, and then when it's time to make your next batch of kombucha, you can just pull it out of the freezer. You don't have to buy a bunch of new fruit. The next thing that we have to do is do the SCOBY transfer. So if you guys remember this from last time, what we did was we took SCOBYs from the SCOBY Hotel, put them in the brew jar, and then added a little bit of juice. So now we're going to reverse that process. The SCOBYs are going to go back into the hotel, and then we're going to give a little bit of that juice back. As you're doing this second fermentation, you might form new mini SCOBYs in your bottles, and that's totally normal. What I do about that is I'll just filter it one more time. Like I'll filter it into a glass, which makes it a little annoying if you like want to take it to work. So when I wanted to take them to work, I had a couple of these bottles. I have 6 in total, so I use 4. and then I have 2 empties. So what I would do is, like, when I was packing my lunch, I would filter it from the bottle that it fermented in into a totally new bottle. So I got all the scobies, all the little floaters out of there that maybe had formed during the second fermentation. And he's so talkative. And I put it in my lunchbox, and then, you know, we were good to go. Up to like the bottom of the neck. Sometimes what helps pour from these big gallon jars is to actually do this in the sink. So like put the bottle in the sink and then you're kind of pouring down and not like this, which isn't as fun. Just a touch more. Perfect. Okay. So if you can see this, that is what you want. So right up at the neck. Okay, real quick, what you're gonna see me do here is to take some cling film and put it on top of the big bottle just because it's got a screw-on cap. So this just creates an extra seal and helps to keep all the good bubbles in there. But other than that, that's it, and please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video.